Lawrence will specify that in the recap. And we're good.
Where is this name? Sorry, just trying to find a name. There it is. Alright. Alright, so. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Hey! Last time on D&D and Alamar. So, you found yourselves outside the pyramid, the great magical pyramid, tasked with defeating the Nolish horde that was on the attack. With the supposed Lich's promise of guaranteeing you the Rakshasa heart, the final piece in the ritual spell that you were sent to cover. If you could defeat the Gnolls, you would receive your prize. Little did you know, you faced what appeared to be an avatar of Unigo, the Gnoll Lord of Hunger. Faced with the massive horde of both Gnolls, Witherlings, and what appeared to be fiendishly infected Gnolls, the party stepped forth and blazed great fire upon them, striking down beast and bone, peltering the great avatar. The party finally brought it low, causing the remainder of the horde, the scattered remnants, to flee in terror. As the beast died and oozed to the ground, he let you know that you were cursed by the hunger of Unigo, and that the temple must be destroyed. As his form dissipated back into the abyss, the party decided to step forth and... What did you... Was it your orb, Dave? Is that what you used?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to absorb the power.
Yeah. Erfer, in an attempt to utilize his black orb he'd received within the pyramid, failed to absorb it or sense any sense of absorption, and instead pressed it into the dark ectoplasmic ooze left by the avatar. This seemed to cause some kind of reaction as the ooze itself absorbed the orb and formed into a massive portal, the depths from which you could see the avatar clawing its way back from the abyss to the surface. The howl of its hunger echoed throughout the plane as the party was subjected to a mass teleport, returning themselves to the lab of the dwarven alchemist Gronok von Ironbeard, alchemist supreme, the one who had set the task for the party to recover the Eye of the Coven, the Dragon Fang, a Rakshasa heart, and a wing feather of a diva. With these items, he had promised he could deal with the demonic threat of the Shadow Lord Kalkaroth, which the party had accidentally brought into being within the Iron Steps. With their suspicions not quite allayed, concern over what could actually be going on with this ritual, and whether they could actually stop the Demon Lord, the party was not quite sure what their next step would be as they stood the crackling energy, bubbling pots, and various golems of the alchemist lab. Alright, on you guys.
I'm gonna punch Erfer.
Dave, you're a real whipping boy here.
Why? He told us to use our orbs. I was trying to make it more powerful.
I'm going to punch Erfer and just... What did you do?
I don't know! He told us to use our orbs!
Yeah, Badger used his orb fine. I used mine. What did you do?
I don't know.
I got a strong feeling we're going to have a second mess to clean up after this.
That's what it looked like before we got teleported away, but I don't know. Although hypothetically, it's right next to the gnome's pyramid, so he'll just close it, right? Right?
Considering he had a devourer under his spell, you might have just increased his power by quite a bit. Again, something we're going to have to deal with another day.
What a devourer! What is a devourer? You mean a beholder?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go on this fool errand because we open a portal to the abyss, and what do we do on the way out? Open another one. Why not?
Yep. I'll probably have to deal with that one.
Maybe you can pour some of your salt on it.
Should try stabbing yourself again. Still got that horn.
I'm gonna check to make sure I still have all my salt.
Oh, your salt is still there.
I'm gonna say, phew, shouldn't leave this behind.
I'd like to take a look around for Rurik.
Give me a perception check.
That'll be a 21.
You see no sign of your brother's body. The lab itself actually appears to be almost deserted, as you can outside of the bubbling pots, electric arcs, and you count at least 6 large looming rock golems throughout the room.
I'm gonna start muttering, "Where is he? Where is he?" as I start looking through and behind things and see if he might have just shown up somewhere else.
All right. So I got Belmar moving about the room, muttering to himself.
Did those rock golems reproduce while we were gone? I feel like there's more of them.
Might be a completely different location. Or a different part of the same location that we hadn't gone to.
So, Baracus, where do you think he is?
Dwarf!
What did you say?
Dwarf!
Ah. I thought you said guaf, and I was like, I don't understand what that
Guaf?
means. What is guaf? You receive no response.
Are there any
Stop
sounds
pushing
from
buttons, Peanut. Quit pushing buttons.
anywhere around?
Is what anywhere around?
Any sounds can I hear noise coming from a different
You hear
room?
lots of noises. A lot of it's from the bubbling jars around you, just crackling electricity arcing from the occasional little miniature pillar to another pillar. There's a couple of them throughout the room. The golems themselves appear to be unmoving, outside of slight head shifts as they follow your movement.
Hey, Riley. What does the ocean do? You gotta be louder. What does the ocean do? You're such a stinker.
Um,
What do the waves do?
Give Knuckles. What does the kitty say? What does the doggy say? What does the doggy say? What does a doggy say? What does Knuckles say? Hey! What does a sheep say?
Wow, that threw me for a loop for a second. I saw her reach forward, and then I just hear a beer crack.
Yes.
She's advanced. She's advanced for her age.
What does Knuckles say? Oof oof. What does the sheep say? What does the sheep say? Yeah. Bah. What does the ocean do? What does the ocean do? No, don't fall off the chair. That's not what it does. Alright. Give me hugs. Give me hugs. Thank you. Thank you. Can I have a kiss? Mwah. Thank you. Say bye, everybody. Yeah, blow kisses.
Hi.
Good night, everyone. Good job. Good job. So nice. Go see Mama. Ah.
Looking at the golems, I don't suppose you could point us in the direction of them.
You look at the golems and you ask if they can point you in the direction of him.
Of the dwarf.
I'm just asking what you said.
I don't suppose you could point us in the direction of your master.
You receive no reaction.
I would like to cast Locate Object, looking for Rurik.
I don't know if you can do that for a body.
I might just use it to look for whatever clothing or penance he might have been wearing.
I think locate person and locate item are two different things.
But
Yeah.
if it's a corpse, is
It's-
it an item or a person?
Alright, so you're casting Locate Object.
Yep, Locate Object.
Alright, describe or name an object that is familiar to you, please.
Well, first, is a corpse considered an object?
I'd say yes.
Okay. Well, a dwarf, roughly what? Roughly 4'10", green eyes, light tan skin, brown hair, a little haggard looking and burned.
Used to answer to Rorik.
Yes. And also describe the cultist garb he had on.
Alright, use up your material component, verbal, somatic. You mutter to yourself, concentrate inwards, and the spell fails.
I don't sense anything.
You do not sense anything. I'd suggest you read the spell description to see why. But thanks for using a second level spell.
I'm going to look about the room for any obvious lead.
Any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet, blocks the path direct between you and the object. Also, within 1,000 feet.
Alright. I had a feeling he wasn't here, but I'm just role-playing it out.
Yeah, well, I agree. But you are also well aware that where you were and where you believe you to be are now much greater than 1,000 feet.
Well, yeah, I had him in my arms when we teleported, though, so I wasn't sure what happened.
He didn't come with you.
Yeah, I
Very
know.
sad. Very sad.
Well, based on the portal to the abyss being opened thanks to Erfer over here, maybe your brother's not dead anymore either.
Or at least his body's moving, you know, one of the two.
I was so determined to bury him.
I know you were.
Yeah, well, now you have to kill him again first.
Alright, so what do you do?
What are the aside from the what's the layout of the room?
The room itself seems to be something of a parallelogram It's not quite square. It's a bit odd. Most of it seems to be cluttered with vials and pillars, and every now and then you see a bookshelf with scattered books across it. You can see markings scrawled across the floor and the walls. And as I said, you see 6 golems spread throughout the room. Without looking closer, that's all I'm telling you.
Doors, paths.
Not that you can see from where you are in the center of the room.
I'm gonna start looking around for a doorway or a path elsewhere.
Give me a perception check as you do so.
26.
Anybody else doing anything?
I'm gonna look for a ritual circle.
Oh, you see a bunch of them.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna be staring with my mouth open at Erfer.
Trevok, as you walk around the room, you spy a door on opposite ends of the room. Both of them appear to be rough-hewn stone doors with a iron pull ring. Standing in front of each of the doors, however, blocking it from your immediate view, is a golem, each in front of each door.
Lawrence, my max HP is now 107, by the way.
107. Look at you. Okie doke.
I will approach the golem in front of the first door that I come across.
Okay.
Is the dwarf in there for us to see him?
Surprisingly, you receive a response. You will wait. The master works. He will see you when finished.
Cool, we're waiting again.
Ah, great. I'm gonna sit down and crack open a book.
As you say, as you mention this, Trevok, as you say this, the golem obviously assumes you're speaking to it again, and it repeats the statement verbatim.
I'm going to move away from the golem in case I say anything else.
Alright. You can all get the benefits of a short rest if you want.
Before we do, rubbing my eyes and kind of disheartened, does someone have the Rakshasha heart at least?
I believe Badger did.
Picked up the chamber. I don't know if he passed it off to anybody, but
I think Badger had it, and I think he just took his headset off. Lawrence, I'm going to take the opportunity to heal
okay.
a bit.
Why? You don't need hit points.
Yeah, no, it's might be a little hurt still.
No. Don't be silly.
Just a tiny, just a scoosh.
Scoosh.
What's that amulet have? I keep forgetting about it.
Scoosh, scoosh.
Alright. So, let's see how many hit die I end up using.
Okay. Anybody else using any healing?
Mm-hmm.
More effective their short rest?
Yeah, I'll put myself at max. 75, 75.
Can someone restore Constitution to me?
That's funny.
Is that in my repertoire these days?
Do you have like a restoration?
No, I do not.
Well, fuck.
I do.
Druid. Yeah. I was gonna say your druids might.
Go ahead, Dave.
Can anyone restore health? It seems like, or that's another word for health.
I'm hurt. Can someone help me?
So it
Help me
seems like
regain my fortitude.
there we go. Can someone help me regain my fortitude? I have the horn seemed to take some away when I stabbed myself with it.
Was that before or after you unleashed a new evil on this world?
That was before. Also before I ended up killing the evil, or at least banishing it back to its plane, and then opening, I think, a new plane, or opening a portal to that plane.
That's right. You were just full of bloody brilliant moves during all that. Lawrence and Beckett full.
All right, your max is what now?
100.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Everybody else had some edits for me, so I was just checking.
I didn't level.
So, I'm still not grasping the whole thought process of the cross-class spellcasting.
Yep.
So, I had 4 ranger spells known and 8 druid spells that I can prep, but when I just took my 5th level of druid, it gave me access to another 2 3rd level spells. Do I gain for that, or is it halved and I only get 1?
There's like a little table thing.
Yeah. So, spell slots per spell level. Multicaster spell slots. So what level are you?
Total?
Mm-hmm.
11. I'm 6 and 5 right now.
Alright. Depends partly on your combined levels, and all your spellcasting part individual levels. Once you have spellcasting, you determine what spells you know and can prepare for each class individually, as if you were a single class member of that class. If you're a Ranger 4, Wizard 3, for example, you know 3 first level Ranger spells based on your levels in Ranger class. At 3rd level Wizard, you know 3 Wizard cantrips, and your spellbook contains 10 Wizard spells, 2 of which, the 2 you gain your level when you reach level 3 as a Wizard, can be 2nd level spells. If your intelligence is 16, you can prepare 6 Wizard spells from your spellbook. Each spell you know and prepare is associated with one of your classes, and you use the spellcasting ability of that class when you cast a spell. Spell slots. You determine your available spell slots by adding together all your levels in the Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, and Wizard classes, half your levels rounded down in the Paladin and Ranger classes, and a third of your Fighter or Rogue levels rounded down. So your Ranger levels would be half. Count half of them. How many you have?
What's that?
How many Ranger levels do you have?
6.
Alright, and so you count, that's 3, so how many Druid levels do you have?
5.
So 8. So you go to the table, you go to 8th level on the multi-class spellcaster table on page 165. And that's your spell slots.
Oh, my poor book. So who's he? What's it?
So page 165, you count as an 8th level caster for your spell slots. So that tells you how many spell slots you have available of each level. Your preparation is done as an individual of that class, but your total spell slots are based off of your net multi-class spell slots.
Oh, okay. So I have 4, 3, 3, 2. So 4, 3, 3. Why is that fucked up? Alright, so 4, 3, 3, 2.
So you have to track separately what you can prepare from each class.
Yeah,
And
which
then it's
I was
limited
doing.
by your overall slots.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Okay, so what it did was it gave me access to 4th level spells. So I now have 2 4th level spells. And I can pull from Ranger or Druid.
You prepare your spells based off of each class separately.
Based off of known versus prepped.
You prepare them based on as if you were a single member of that class.
Okay.
But you have slots available for the up to whatever the 8th level has.
Okay.
Yeah, multi-class spellcasting is pretty rough.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
I blame Dave. It's his birthday, so he gets all the credit.
Everything else is his fault.
But one day we should probably be nice to him, and we still give him shit.
I told you I'm giving Dave all the credit for his birthday.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't crush the orb that unleashed the giant undead horde. That was someone else.
Wait a minute, what? How far back
He's
are we
talking
going
about
right now?
He's going back
Yeah,
to the
I
first
know.
campaign.
As opposed to, like, the session we just had.
Wait, wasn't that also your character?
No.
No. No, I broke the orb. That unleashed
Oh,
the
his
undead
character
horde.
got absorbed. Oh, okay. No, we're going way far back.
Yeah,
I was
He's
thinking about
literally
Alan.
he's literally trying to throw dirt on something that happened like 2.5, 3 years ago.
I'm not throwing dirt. I'm just saying that's the one, like,
He's just
catastrophic.
He's just trying to spread the shade.
Yeah,
I did tell this
going
story.
back like 4 years.
I did tell this story to Steve, and he was like, "Didn't we destroy Sathis that way?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Pretty much.
Like, we're still there. We're just trying to really ensure its death. This is how we'll start a new campaign, by destroying the world of this one.
Alright. Dave, what's your total hit points and current hit points? You have no idea. That's lovely.
44 and 44. No, I just never actually... I didn't get hit last
Yeah,
time, except for the
The Constitution.
Constitution.
Isn't it fun?
Alright, so for the first time in action, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to produce my dagger of Maleki, and I'm going to begin praying rather zealously, but silently. Lawrence, I'll send you a message.
Okay. This is where he talks crap about you behind your back, Dave. You never know.
I think this is where he asks Maleki if he should do the world a service by killing him.
Lawrence gets a message.
That is fucking... Yes! Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm doing right now.
I was gonna say, Lawrence receives a message that's just serenity now, serenity now, serenity now.
You get serenity?
Well, that's a fair question.
All right. You're not quite sure how long you've been in this room, nor how long you've been waiting. I'll wait for your prayer before I continue. See if I need.
It might be a minute.
See if I need to react to anything. All right. Anybody else want to do anything while he's typing?
Yeah, I'm gonna read.
Crafting his perfect assassination. This character prayer.
Since no one responded to my request for fortitude, I'm going to start reading a book.
Oh, I responded. I sat down and started praying.
I think that's reacting.
Maleki's getting a prayer Guide my pimp hand strong.
So what book are you reading now, Dave?
Um,
How to destroy the world.
He doesn't need a book on that. He's writing that one.
in 10 days.
If it takes you that long. Jesus.
Step 1, open a portal. Step 2, run away. Step 3, all done.
I think it's gonna be the book on. Have I already read the one with Oberon on the cover?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna keep reading that one.
Okay. I got one in prayer, one reading a book.
I'm gonna go around and just inspect all the various alchemy.
All right. You bump into Belmar, who's still muttering and poking about the room as you do.
He's been pretty vocal about how he's searching for his brother, right?
He said he was muttering mostly to himself.
You alright there, Belmar?
Not really looking up, continuing to search. He was with me just a moment ago. Rorik, have you seen him?
I'm afraid I lost sight of him when that fool opened the portal to the underworld again.
I'm gonna look up again. What do you mean again?
It's not the first portal to the abyss that's been opened. You opened a second one again. I didn't say you were the fault of the first one. But this one is most certainly your fault.
Lawrence, I'm gonna send you some flavor as well.
Ranch. Sour cream. Barbecue.
Fuck, now I want onion dip.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up my search and start praying, clutching a celestial acorn.
Oh yeah, those things. Remember when you gave one away?
And then she ate it.
Everybody can give me a quick perception check. All right. Both Belmar and Trevok, you both notice two things happening almost simultaneously. One, you note that Badger seems to be praying so hard, clutching his dagger, that you can literally see blood seeping through his fingers as he clutches the blade too tightly. At the same time, you see one of the golems that was previously guarding the door take a few steps forward. Eerily silent as it does so.
Weapons drawn or anything, or it just will?
Nope, it just took a few steps forward as if clearing the door.
I'm gonna kind of stand between Badger and the door and kind of just watch it carefully.
Cleared enough space, it would appear that we can go see the dwarf now. And I will go check the door.
Kind of wish we should, or we could make him wait, but I'm gonna close my book and get up. Let's see.
As you approach, the golem holds out one hand, palm forward in your direction, Trevok.
Oh, no, hurry up and wait. Back to doing nothing.
A few minutes later, the door swings slowly open, and you see the familiar sight of the eccentric-looking dwarf. You see much of his left arm seems to be wrapped in bandages, and even from as far away from the door as you are, a sulfuric scent seems to emanate and pour from him, hurting your nostrils in its strength.
You're back. Well, Anu, what have you brought for me?
I don't answer and just motion to my party.
Has,
Still shy.
has he seen Celestial Anu?
Yes.
I believe we have everything.
Well, show me.
Aye, we've collected everything that you've asked.
He mutters a few words and whips his hand, and the table violently clears itself.
I'm gonna bring out. I think I had the Hag's Eye, or did we already give that to him? I don't know. I either have it or we already gave it to him.
You hadn't handed anything over yet.
In
Okay.
my book of holding, I have the adult black dragon tooth, the hag's eye, the feather of the planetar, and the heart.
Tiny gnome pack mule for the win.
That was everything, right?
That were the 4 items you were sent to search for.
Short of the
Yes.
sacrifice that we were told about.
What languages do you speak, Erfer?
Fucking all of them.
No, seriously, what languages do you speak? Do speak
You know that I speak Halfling and Common.
Which one was the drow? Was that Adam's campaign?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before Dave realized that Halfling was his lifeblood forever.
I rolled 3 nat ones last time.
I just wish you'd roll 2 back to back, and then you'd be stuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you have to spread them out.
Still
Alright,
does
so-
sound.
Who speaks Elven?
Everyone.
Adam.
Sorry, I do. Had a big
I know, Dave. I have that written down.
Alright, I come out of my prayer. I release the death grip that I had on the dagger. Wipe the blade clean and sheath it.
You took 2 points of damage from FYI.
I kind of was waiting for that.
You weren't physically aware, so I didn't tell you before.
Okay. And before even reacting to the dwarf in the room, I'm going to walk up to Erfer and stare him directly in his eyes and say in common, Malaki has given me guidance, but know this. I no longer trust you. And I'm watching you.
Okay.
If you can continue to bring evil upon this earth, I will do what must be done. And
Excellent.
then as if I wasn't even really aware that I was speaking, I turn to the dwarf and say, we have your spell components.
Great, let's see them.
I produce my bag of holding and one by one lay out in front of him First the black dragon tooth, then the hag's eye, then the feather, and lastly the clockwork-looking container.
He nods briefly at the hag's eye, gives a quiet chuckle at the feather, looks at the tooth, holds it up, examines it.
Would have been better from a metallic, but this'll do.
Puts it down.
And what is this contraption? Most intriguing.
It keeps the heart beating.
Ingenious. You didn't come up with this. Where'd you get it?
You sent us on task to retrieve these items. A great spellcaster was able to contain it.
A spellcaster, you say? Out in the desert where I sent you?
Very astute.
Did he happen to be in a pyramid?
Well, what does it matter if he was?
Nothing, just curious. Anyways, excellent. With these, I can create the athame necessary in order to kill the beast and send it back. I will be requiring one more thing, which you already have with you, of course.
He gives you a devilish grin.
I will have one of the golems prepare quarters for you. Think on who is willing to pay the price. I'll be back.
He starts to collect everything into a big bowl and turns to walk out of the room.
Ah, yes, the sacrifice.
Indeed, you figured that out. How proud I am of you. Figured a new would have figured that out from the get-go. Slowing down without my testing.
He chuckles to himself as he walks out the door.
I call after him. Before you took us, I was holding the body of a loved one. What happened to it?
I didn't bring you back here.
You didn't?
It wasn't my power.
Then what did?
I shoot a sideways glance over at Baracus and cock an eyebrow.
How should I know? I figured you just set an anchor point and teleported back.
Can I roll like knowledge arcane to see if I could have any inkling of an idea of what happened?
Sure.
I thought this was already discussed.
16. He called out to the dwarf and we were instantly teleported. I thought there was the dwarf.
Yeah, that's kind of where we left on the last session.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought we told.
No, I definitely called out to the dwarf.
No, let me finish the thought. I thought we told whatever the name of the caster was in the pyramid that we had no way back and we would need teleportation.
You mentioned you were going to have difficulty getting back. Yes.
Okay.
We never told him where, though.
Correct.
Oh, alright.
Correct on both of you.
We've met a few people at this point that could have done this.
And a few non-people.
And a few non-people. I was thinking of a particular celestial contact since it was Baraka showing, but...
Anyways, during this whole ordeal,
What?
No, he's talking about the celestial.
During this whole ordeal, I am looking through my eyebrows on the floor, just not responding to anything.
My roll was a 16, by the way.
Your best guess is that it's some kind of teleportation circle, though you didn't see anybody cast it. So your assumption would be that you were standing on a pre-prepared one, but you're not sure how it would know where to send you. That is the only arcane explanation you can think of.
I'll say nothing more until the dwarf leaves the room. He said he was already on his way out, right?
Yeah, he was walking out, and as he's leaving, after his last statement, the golem turns and starts to shut the door behind him. And the other one across the room steps forward, pulling the door open.
Well, if not him, more of your newfound powers, Baracus.
I have less and less control over it as the days pass. It's probable.
A bit terrifyingly precise for something you can't control. Interesting.
Welcome to my life.
Thanks, Eeyore.
Thanks for asking.
Thanks for noticing me. Alright, what do you do?
Guess I'm gonna make my way to the quarters that this golem opened.
Alright, as you walk down the hall, relatively short, you find yourself very quickly in a very roughshod barracks of some sort. You can tell you definitely weren't the first people to be staying here, as many of the pallets seem to be stained or dirtied already. The room itself is rather Spartan in nature, and you can see it looks like marks of people that have been here before.
Are they marks of, like, unwilling tenure, to say?
You'd have to look closer.
I'll inspect them.
Alright, give me an investigation check.
17?
Looking through, you see what first catches your eyes are the scuff marks and simple signs of people moving about within the room. As you peer closer, you can see etchings made into the stone face of the wall. Some of them appear to be a simple count. You'd assume a count of days. And none of the counts you see seem to go on for terribly long. The longest you see is a stretch of 12 marks together. And then, as you continue to peer about the room, looking at the markings by individual pellets, you see a few phrases like, "Gods help us," "Let us out," or "Where have they gone?" carved into the wall.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm going to say to Brachus, is there any way we can make him be the sacrifice?
Willingly?
I might have a spell. I'm not sure if that's considered willing.
It is definitely not. You are forcing the will. Worry not, the decision's been made.
Okay.
I also have a potion of suggestion that I never used.
The decision's been made. Oh, what, Baracus is sacrificing himself?
I'm a little wide-eyed at hearing this myself.
What decision, Baracus?
Be a sacrifice to him, having him release a great evil from this world. After all I've been through with him. I don't know, just seems funny. He wanted to use my powers for a great evil, and to reverse that process. Sits well with me. Taylor will surely smile upon me.
Are you sure you don't want me to try first? I don't think he said it had to be a willing.
Yes, he did. Willing sacrifice.
Well, I looked at the floor.
I'm sure you could do a lot more good than he can.
Kind of sigh. Lay down. You may try. But push comes to shove. I'm willing to make the sacrifice.
You're a young kid. Just had a rebirth of sorts. I don't know. Maybe you youngins just take a step back and think about what you can do after.
I step forward. Brachus, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one soul in this room in need of redemption, and it isn't you. I'm gonna shoot a look at Erfer.
Why don't you go join your brother?
What?
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Make an attack roll.
19 plus what? Strength? 22.
He hits you, Dave.
Yeah.
Roll 1d4 minus 1. Minus 2, sorry.
2.
So, 1 damage, Dave.
Oh no, I meant 2 damage. It rolled a 4.
Oh. Alright, cool.
And I'm gonna cock back for another one. And if no one stops me, I will swing.
Dave, it's your action if you want to do anything.
I'm going to
Charm person. You're now my friend. Stop that.
yeah. I will use Fey Presence and charm him, all within 10 feet.
They say warlock ability?
Yeah.
Where are you, boy? Warlock.
Is there a DC?
Everybody make a wisdom saving throw if you're within 10 feet, which is everybody.
Nat 20.
What is this? Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you a... Alright, so my question is, if you're charmed and you come out of the charm,
You are
Oh, you
generally
know.
aware of having been charmed. Yes.
I'm clearly aware that I've been charmed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not nat 20.
So-
You said wisdom 17.
So 17 is my DC, so you're not affected.
Anybody else?
I rolled a 19, Adam rolled a 20.
Alright,
Yeah.
Erfer's features suddenly sharpen and become much more ethereal, otherworldly, and he seems to give off an aura of soothing calm, of which you all ignore it. Assuming you're going for fright, charm, not frightened there, Dave.
Yeah.
Anything else there, Erfer? You going to say anything, do anything?
Nope.
I'm going to yell out.
Anybody else want to do anything?
I'm gonna draw my weapon.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, this is... I literally in the last room was like, I don't trust you. I'm watching you. Be careful what you do. And now I'm aware that he just tried to charm me?
you're aware that he just got struck and all of a sudden like pulsed his presence out somehow.
Yeah, I mean, and you've seen me do it before.
You don't think he necessarily like targeted you and said charm person on you.
I think the only way you would know that if you dabbled in the arcane and had knowledge of it.
What you saw was his presence suddenly burst, and you saw everybody fight through it a little bit. Dave, words help sometimes.
I mean, stop being petty.
I'm gonna go.
I
Nope.
suggest you find a pallet and you lay down now, lad.
Really? Like,
I know what I want to do. I'm trying really hard not to do it.
I'm just letting everybody do their thing before I do what I gotta do.
Everybody give me a perception check.
All right, Nat 1.
Alright. Everybody give me a constitution saving throw.
Constitution. DM steps in to save Erfer.
Ideally, you guys don't kill each other. That's all I'm trying to deal with here.
We weren't going to
Dave,
kill each other.
All right,
Just
so based
Just
off
one.
of the-
It's just one.
Belmar, Trevok, and just you two notice your ears suddenly prick to the sound of like air hissing in the room. Nobody else notices it. Before you realize it, Erfer drops unconscious. And you all taste a tangy, irony taste in the back of your mouths.
Can I roll something to see if it's some sort of sleeping gas or poison or magical entity?
Whoa, which one are you trying to figure out?
I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
All of them. Just, I want to make one roll, and you let me know if it's any of
Well,
these
you
things.
can either give me an insight check for general idea of what's happening. You can
Insight.
give me a knowledge arcana check if you think there's something arcane,
Can I give you an
or
alchemy
some
if
other
it's a
knowledge
gas?
check. What?
Can I give you an alchemy to see if it's a gas that's being dispersed?
Sure, that'll work.
Well-
You can't cover 5 different subject areas and go, I want to roll it all in once.
16 on the alchemy.
All right. Belmar, what was your roll? For whatever you're rolling?
20 not natural on insight.
Got a lot of those
Yeah.
on insight. Some kind of something is being pumped into the air that knocks people unconscious, is what you believe. Trevok, based off of your knowledge of the Alchemist Supreme, you're pretty confident that there is some kind of airborne mixture being pumped in the room to knock the group unconscious. Erfer being the first victim thereof. And with that insight, everybody give me another saving throw.
Sleeping gas, if I guess.
You said Constitution?
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Erfer, you don't have to roll again.
I assumed.
The tangy irony scent taste seems to grow stronger as you all audibly hear a muffled hissing sound as if the air itself is growing thicker.
I'm I'm going to kind of just say aloud, but not to anyone in specific. I'm going to cut this fool's tongue out, and I'm going to cast Warding Wind on myself.
I'm gonna move to
I
the
just don't know
door
if
and
you're
see if it's
referring to
open.
the dwarf or to Dave.
No, he's referring to me.
Yeah, I really shouldn't have said that, Dave. Belmer doesn't like that.
What book is Warding Wind in?
Xanathar's, page 170.
That's your that was oh sorry.
Oh.
That was the spell you used with the arrows in the corridor
Yeah.
that pissed Badger off.
Yep. So no one within it's difficult terrain. No one within its range can hear anything.
All right, so you deafen the room as everybody starts to be knocked aside and blown away a bit, a little unsteady on their feet. What's everybody else doing as the wind suddenly picks up within this tiny room, throwing dirty pallets about?
I'm gonna go check the door.
Anybody else? Baracus, Trevok?
Considering my history, am I familiar with these tactics?
Give me a wisdom check or insight. I'll give you advantage.
Have any type of proficiency in insight? I do not. 18.
This does not seem out of character. He's been known to use this to quell unruly guests of his for experimentation later. Badger, as you get to the door and you press upon it, you find that it seems to be held solid, unmoving to your touch. Trevok, anything?
I see Belmar casting. I'm going to place myself on one of the pallets, just like rested up against the wall, waiting for the inevitable.
Okay. Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw.
Good timing on my part.
Trevok and Baracus, before you can say anything further, you both drop soundlessly to the ground.
Oh wait, do I still need to do a saving throw since I have Warding Wind?
Yes.
Oh.
The wind can disperse it if it can be dispersed.
Ah.
You're in an enclosed room. All you're doing is increasing everyone's dosage.
I'm going to put my shoulder against the door and try and push it open.
Give me a strength check.
18.
Well, you feel a slight budge. You feel another presence slam it back shut.
Ah, yes, the golem doorman.
Yep.
And anything there, Belmar?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop concentrating on Warding Wind, produce my dagger, and kneel down beside Erfer's head.
All right, give me another saving throw, you two.
They just keep getting better.
With your knife outstretched, Belmar, you fall unconscious atop Erfer's form. Badger, looking about the room, you can tell whatever's being pumped in has grown so thick that it's pseudo-visible as a almost fog, filling the room, growing denser as you watch, and as you see all your companions slumping unconsciously about the room. Anything?
I'm looking, but I don't have much. No.
There's wild shape.
Alright, so I'll shift into a rat and fall unconscious.
It's something.
He'll never find me.
I feel like this is like a cut scene to like the next scene in a movie, so I'm gonna give the door one final heave.
This would be a great movie scene. No!
Yep, and then I pass out, and then next scene we're all fucking bound somewhere, and he's like, "Did you really think that I was going to dispel this great evil?" And he's gonna try and summon a fucking demon with everything that we gathered for him. I already know where this is going.
Oh, ye of little faith.
That's
Alright, give me another saving throw.
Constitution is a 19. I fall unconscious.
You fall unconscious, slumping against the door with a final heave.
Can I at least make my strength check?
Yeah, sure. Disadvantage as you fall asleep.
Great, disadvantage right, nat 1. So I'm just like, ugh.
like the bloody handprint on the shower door as you just slump.
Yeah. What the fuck? First off, fuck you, Dave, because I still think that this Noel is gonna fuck up everything.
The second up, fuck you for how you handled yourself.
Yeah, dude, you gotta learn to, like, just a little bit of charisma. Like,
I'm very charismatic.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm so charismatic. My response was,
Yep.
well, fuck you.
Well, part of the problem is, like, right from the get-go, he and Belmar, like, butted heads instantly. And so you kind of forced everybody to start looking at it as, alright, they're combative.
Yeah, and then, like, he's like, if anybody should sacrifice themselves for the greater good, it should be him, because he just unleashed a greater evil. And you're like, go join your brother, fucker. Like, how do you not expect him? I would have shot you. I wouldn't have walked up and punched you in the face. I would have been like, 2 arrows. Still living? Alright, now we'll start combat.
And I love that, like, the shift for how much we hate Erfer happened after we were all really mad at Belmar for doing this exact shit to an NPC.
Yep. Yep. Give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back.
2-minute breather while everybody's unconscious.
Alright, I'm gonna get a drink.
You'll try again, have better kids, pay more attention to them. Erfer comes strolling up, hold my mead.
Oh my mead. I love it.
Good lord. Even if I had a good week this week, I would have been... I'm really glad I did poorly this week.
Why, what?
In fantasy.
Oh.
In fantasy. I am super happy. Because if I had a decent week and went up against Scott today, I would have been pissed. His top 5 players, 20 points, 18 points with half a quarter left to go, 39 points, 21 points, 39 points.
Yeah. I'm up against somebody like that. It's killing me.
What, Matt?
Steve.
No, one of my other leagues. 21 points, 24.5 points, 14, 15, 19. And, yeah.
The guy's got 2 almost 40s. It's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, well.
Dude should have put this roster on fucking FanDuel. He would have won $1 million.
My other league, I played the Saints D, and of course they got me minus 6 points. That ridiculous game. Boy.
Fucking Steve. What a season opener.
Scott might be putting up the greatest performance I have ever seen ever.
Jesus, dude.
150, 2 players, 2 slots have not started yet.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Fuck.
No chance. Good for him.
And you went all in with Garoppolo, too.
Minnesota's a good defense. We're gonna see what we do. It was a reach, but I felt like gambling, so.
Jeez. That's insane.
Although I am, even though I did not start him, I am happy with my Keto pick.
Wasn't Scott on the receiving end of this exact game last season, and didn't you post the stop, he's already dead?
Yeah, Ronnie just absolutely shit stomp him.
Granted, he had like 40 points in a game on the receiving end of that beating.
I think if Marvin Jones gets like a touchdown, he might triple my score.
Yeesh. That's a rough week in fantasy.
I am such a fat fuck.
Me too, brother. Me too.
All my Jewish friends are posting up their Shana Tova fucking spreads. And I just really want matzo ball soup.
Well, in fairness, matzo ball soup is delicious.
It's bamf.
Alright. So here's my challenge to Dave.
Welcome
Next
back, Ryan.
character you roll, your flaw should be like, I have to make everybody happy no matter what. Because you're really good. You've got like on lock, like piss off the whole group RP thing going. So you should just flip the script.
I foresee a lot of campfire handies going out from Dave's next character.
No, he's playing
Whatever
shifty
works,
bars.
man.
He's
Like,
play-
you always fail your combat rolls, so you don't need strength. You don't need dex or constitution. So those can be your min rolls. So just focus on, like, charisma, intelligence, and wisdom, and fuck all else. And be like, I'm gonna be the most charismatic motherfucker ever.
Pretty sure that's what Erfer is.
I'm supposed to be.
What?
yeah, he's supposed to have a high charisma.
I have an 18 charisma.
But see, the number doesn't mean anything if when Lawrence is like, Dave, do you want to say anything after you just tried to charm the whole party, and you're like,
Nah.
nah, I'm good. And then even Lawrence jumps in and is like, you guys don't know that he tried to charm you. You just feel as though he attempted to bolster himself in front of you. Like, nah, motherfucker tried to charm us. That's what just happened. But even Lawrence is like, I'm trying not to have Dave PC killed. I'm really trying not to have Dave PC killed. Alright, this isn't working. Dave's not responding. Pump the room with fog. Everyone's knocked out.
To be fair, it ended up really dramatic with Belmar falling over him with the knife on his last turn.
Belmar, what was your constitution check? It was a 19. Haha, I just made the DC 20. You fall unconscious because you're not killing him yet.
It moved up 2 every round. So actually, he could have gotten away with it if he did it in the beginning.
Oh my god. Alright, anyways.
Erfer could have woken up maimed.
What new fresh hell? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would have just retired after that. I'm like, fine.
No, because then you would have been the perfect companion to take around. You wouldn't have been able to speak, you fuck.
So what? Fuck you guys.
Oh my god. Alright.
Erfer is still relatively new to the party.
He's gonna be relatively new to the afterlife soon too if he keeps it up.
So you all slowly, groggily, one by one, come to find yourselves laid out on individual wooden slabs. Leather straps tie down your head, arms, and legs, and across your midriff and chest, pinning you to the slabs upon which you find yourselves. The smell of sulfur is hot, strong in the air, and you can see eerily purplish light glowing from somewhere nearby, reflecting over the limited vision of the room that you are in.
Are you awake then?
I checked how to see how strong the bonds are.
Give me a strength check.
I'll make a strength and I'll make a dex. I want to see how tight they are, and I want to see if I'd be able to slip free.
Okay.
Strength is a 13. Dex is a 17.
Despite your best pull, you find the bonds completely unmoving. As you attempt
18 dex, I'm sorry, 18.
You attempt to squirm and move your limbs to try to wriggle out, you find that there is no room for you to do so.
Okay.
Have we been stripped of gear?
You find yourselves only wearing your clothes. An excellent question.
Are my hands free, or are they just shackled to the wrist?
Your particular hands are definitely finger shackled as well.
Okay. Check something.
Hello? Are you awake?
Gonna act like I'm sleeping.
You all find yourselves suddenly soaked as a massive bucket of water is chucked over your heads. If you wish to not react, please give me a wisdom save.
Can I do performance instead?
Nope.
Wisdom's a 20.
You only have to make it if you're trying not to react.
How much of the room can I see from this position?
You can see a stone ceiling and your peripheral vision revealing stone room. Mostly you can see that your companions are to either side of you and that there is an eerie purple light somewhere nearby.
I can see companions on either side.
You can see that your companions are on the other side, yeah.
Distance?
Maybe 3 or 4 feet.
Frick.
Either side.
Do I see Erfer?
No, but you hear a shout as he gets soaked with water.
I just feel like even Belmar shackled down is just gonna be like pointing at him with the one finger that he has available, and like making like motions that he can, like I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Well, I'd actually.
You're the most unpeaceful druid ever.
I'd like to try to wild shape.
All right. What are you wild shaping into?
A rat.
Not yet. Not yet.
Let him monologue first.
All right.
Let him monologue first.
Yeah, you could have waited for something from you.
I was literally like, let him do his thing, let him leave the room, and then we'll do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
As you wild shape, you do so successfully, slipping all the bonds about you. As you are about to make a scurrying movement, a glowing blue, arcing box of force appears, wrapping itself around you, trapping you in a caged 2 by 2 foot by 2 foot.
What's this made out of?
Looks like pure energy.
Go ahead.
Pull an Erfer.
Transform into a wolf. See how that works out for you.
Now, I asked if you were awake, not to try to escape. Now you'll have to sit in your force cage. I'm assuming the rest of you are awake then?
I don't answer, but my eyes are open, and I'm giving him the death stare.
Yeah, I don't answer. I'm just looking like straight up.
He comes into your vision, Brachus, and he pats you on the head with a crooked smile.
I begin to loudly snore.
So, have you decided which of you will sacrifice yourself to defeat the being?
I'm gonna point my tail at Erfer.
You are not.
It's a rat!
He clearly ignores you.
I was thinking it should be you.
Well, you can't see him point at you, Dave. Or are
No.
you saying this
He
to
was
the
saying
dwarf?
this to the dwarf.
I'm saying it to the dwarf.
Now, why would I do that? I need to cast the ritual. The ritual must be focused on someone, else it doesn't work. Therefore, since you can't cast the ritual, I cannot. Use your head, little halfling.
I think I got a mirror here.
He gives you a smack upside the head.
Well,
You make it sound like we have a choice in the matter.
I'm allowing you to choose it. In order for this spell to work, the sacrifice must be willing. And you are all great heroes, are you not? Which one of you will sacrifice yourself to cast down the Demon Lord?
I will.
I'm Spartacus.
He walks over, resting two hands calmly on Badger's shoulders.
You are certain, gnome? You do this willingly, free from charm and compulsion?
If you swear that this ritual will indeed cast down this great evil that has been brought to our world and return it to as much of a natural state as it can be.
The Demon Lord Kalkaroth will be brought low by this ritual. That is certain.
Insight, please.
Okay.
I say, then I will do it for Maleki and for the world. All that is natural and good.
Insight is a 20.
Badger, it shouldn't be you.
Chris sent you the message.
You've
It
done.
has nothing to do with what it should be. It has to do with who is willing, and I am. I'm willing to die. Maleki waits for me in the Great Forest.
Excellent, excellent. A willing sacrifice is what we need. I will
Hold.
cast.
Hold. Hold!
Brought low. You mean defeated, vanquished, or brought low to you?
The Demon Lord will no longer have power in this realm.
Come say hi.
Uh-oh. Insight again.
I heard the wording, but I assumed that he was just
Penny, come say hi.
making him so weak that he no longer could hold on this realm.
My insight is a 17, and I want you to base your response based on the backstory. My backstory.
Hey, come say hi.
Well, who am I to say what the response should be, but that's my inclination.
Make demands of the DM.
I reworded what I meant.
Penny, come here. Come say hi.
I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. So should I use my Amazon gift card to buy the new Spider-Man?
Anyways, I will put you in the ritual circle. I will prepare the ritual, and I will attach the blade to your soul. Once you've weakened the Demon Lord, you must stab him with dragon tooth as in a state it will be after the ritual. Doing so will bind your soul to his and cast him from this plane.
Then Maleki's will be done.
Excellent. Excellent.
Anything else you want to say there, Baracus?
Not with words.
All right.
Just give me a second, though.
Okay, giving you a second. One
Lawrence, I
Mississippi.
want to state that the entire time this is being done, I want to be just very obviously praying. Basically, that I'm, exactly what I stated, but to Maleki, that I'm doing this as a sacrifice for the greater good. That I'm willing to give myself so that nature can be preserved in any way, shape, or form.
Hold on, just waiting on whatever Chris is typing or about to say or do.
I just wanted to tell you that because I don't want to keep reiterating as we go through this. I just want it to be known that that's what I'm doing.
I got you.
Can I see? Penny?
Any squeaks from Belmar?
He's just kind of dumbfounded by this whole thing. He's watching Badger now, if I can see Badger from where I am.
You can vaguely see everything through the force wall.
Hold on.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, everyone.
Hi!
I got Wonder Woman.
Oh, you are Wonder Woman.
That's an awesome t-shirt.
You're all done? Okay. Go run off, Wonder Woman.
Chris, give me a check at double the range.
She runs off down the hall with her arms behind her back, flying.
Ooh, let's see.
Come on, Cannon, I'm ready to die.
Oh, I'm losing dice.
Is Chris killing the dwarf?
Something's happening.
Prayers to Paylor have been exchanged.
I lost a dice somewhere.
He's gonna free me so I can do what I gotta do.
He's...
You free Belmar, he runs over and stabs Erfer in the chest. I get sacrificed. And, alright.
And I guess that's the end of the campaign. Alright, cool, guys.
Alright, there we are. I'm gonna start rolling my next character.
Trevok looks at all that, just drops his weapon and says, fuck it, he's retiring, moves to a farm in the country.
As the dwarf seems to be peering over your shoulders, Badger, he seems to step back suddenly, as everybody can suddenly see the entire table upon which Baracus is strapped down to starts floating upwards towards the ceiling. Now, Anu, must control your emotions. Did I teach you nothing?
I'm gonna scream, "That's enough!"
I agree. That is enough. Now set yourself down, or I will bring you down.
Whatever you plan to do to him, do it to me.
You don't work. You changed your bloodline and your soul. You are no longer as strongly attached to this plane.
Can I see him? Can I see...
You can see the floating Baracus table. Yes.
Can I, eye contact?
No, you can see the back of his table. The bottom of his table, rather, because he's floating up towards the ceiling.
Baracus, quit fighting. Just let it be done. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm willing to die.
Can I hurt myself?
What?
It's like
Can I deal damage to myself?
You can make a strength check to try to drive your fingernails into your palm.
Or bite your tongue off.
Or you could try to bite your tongue off, yeah.
I'll try to scratch myself.
No, again, you can try to drive your nails into your palms. You can try to bite your cheek, your tongue. Other than that, you're pretty immobile.
I guess I'll try to bite my lip.
Alright, give me a wisdom check to see if you have the force of will to seriously injure yourself.
I'm so confused right now.
So am I.
I got a 4.
5 minutes ago, we were ready to like everybody fight everybody.
Erfer, you bite your lip, but the initial pain of the bite itself is just too much, and you reflexively release your own bite, refusing to draw blood from yourself.
Pussy.
So I don't deal damage to myself?
You do not.
I said I was gonna do it. I was waiting for someone to do like a spell or something, and then you just you took it. And now I'm seeing my friend die, and I'm pissed off.
You shouldn't be pissed off. There's a great calmness to my voice.
I said he won't die yet, you fools. Stop your shenanigans.
At this point, you should know Badger well enough to know that from where he was to where he's come,
A snack?
he doesn't want to die, but he's willing to die. He's willing to be the sacrifice for the greater good. It's not a bad thing.
It's the natural thing.
I'm well aware of that. You just gotta understand what this guy is to me.
No, I know. I understand why you're mad, but, like, if this is the only way we play this campaign this far, to now suddenly be like, no, fuck this! We're not doing it!
Well, such is the erratic nature of Baracus.
I'm just simply stating in character.
If you'd seen all the messages that I've received from Chris, you'd know Baracus is mentally unstable.
Now, will you all calm down?
He snaps his fingers and two golems come over. One holding down the table and the other physically lifting you, ripping you through the straps, causing you 10 points of damage, Badger, as he does so.
What the fuck? I say that aloud.
They're a little rough, but they'll bring you to the ritual circle. It is important you sit perfectly still while within the circle.
You couldn't have loosened the straps?
Your friend's already wasted enough time.
No, take me.
You had your chance to agree. He seems more willing, which makes the spell stronger.
But he can do more good in this world than I can.
I can think of some uses for you yet, boy.
That's not doing good. That's advancing your research.
And my research will bring great good to many.
Damn egomaniac.
You should see the wonders that came from Anu's blood in his original form. Many wonders were created from those potions. But this, to bind and banish a demon lord. Ha! My praises will certainly be sung. Now, Gnome, sit still there.
He points to a large ritual circle that already seems to be glowing with a purplish light.
Can I, like, move away from the golems, seeing as they're just holding me?
Yep, they put you down, and you can move of your own will.
There was a dagger that was on my person. Can I have it?
After the ritual, anything with any resonance might disrupt it. Your gear is all right over there.
He points to a corner where you can now see what looks to be a large pile of all your gear.
I'm not a thief.
I did not accuse you of such. I just simply wanted to focus. I don't know what I'm about to endure. But fine.
I was waiting for that, Adam.
I take a slow, deep breath and walk to the circle.
Good, good.
He pulls out a large bowl filled with some kind of red flecked liquid. He pulls out the dragon's fang and sticks it into the bowl. Starts to mutter a few words over it. He pours a little bit out at 8 different points around the circle. Scoops up a chalice and brings it to you.
Drink it when I say.
As the rest of you sit strapped to your tables or within your cage, you hear arcane words bubbling forth from the dwarf's mouth as he occasionally pours more liquid out, filling what appears to be cracks along the ritual circle's edges. One sec. And sorry, one more. The ritual goes on, the purplish light seems to grow in fiery arcs until the entire room is completely bathed in the otherworldly light. You're not quite sure what he's doing, but you can physically feel the power growing within the room as resonances rise. He points and gestures at you, at Badger.
Drink, now!
With as steady as a hand as I can muster, I drink from the goblet.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Alright, it feels like you've just ingested liquid fire. Almost as if your insides are burning out as the liquid, whatever it is, goes down your esophagus and into your stomach. All you can feel is flame spreading through your body. Unwillingly, your head arches back, and you let out a wordless scream. Give me a wisdom check. Check, not save.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was it? It was supposed to be a Constitution save?
The first one was a save, yes.
Or
This is a wisdom check.
Alright, wisdom check is a 22.
A 22?
Yep.
Uh, Belmar is the only one that can see what's actually going on. You can see what appears to be... you see Badger in the center of the room screaming. Everybody can hear this in a wordless scream. You can see what appears to be a green and red fiery energy seeming to wrap about his physical form. And give me a wisdom check yourself. Actually, yeah.
Yourself, you mean Ryan?
No, Belmar.
Oh, it's a 23.
Ryan's getting his stuff in text right now. He's getting another set of stuff. 23?
Yep.
You get the vague impression that there's something hovering just next to Badger's body. You're not quite sure what to make of it, but you can see the energy seems to be flickering from his body to whatever this other presence is. With a few more arcane words, the dwarf walks forward holding a sopping and faintly glowing dragon's fang. And he presses the tip of it, into each one of Badger's hands. Despite seeing blood being drawn, you can see Badger apparently unreacting, unresponsive to this touch, as a prick is placed within both palms, and then a scarring across his forehead of a vertical line, all drawing blood. The dwarf leans forward and seems to whisper something to Badger. Badger's form no longer gives out a scream, instead uttering a low moaning sound that sends chills down each of your spines.
Just a check.
Yep.
17.
Alright. Promise this is intense, you guys just don't know what's going on.
I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything because I don't want to f things up.
I'm not happy with myself right now.
A loud cracking noise echoes about the room. Belmar is the only one that can see. You can see that the fang itself seems to twist, bend, and you can see arcing purple energy as its very shape seems to twist and reform into a shape of a large spiraling horn. As the horn comes fully formed in its blackened shape, you can see flecks of purple, green, and red dancing within the horn's very essence. And you can see the light come back in Badger's eyes as he seems to regain consciousness as the purple flame of the ritual dies down.
There we go. All done. Interesting shape you've chosen. But once you've weakened the beast, stab it as close to its heart or its head as you can with that. And it should banish the being. Bind it and banish it.
Am I back?
You are back. You note that both your palms are bleeding, but you have a black spiral horn sitting in your palms. You also can see there seems to be blood running down your forehead, down the tip of your nose, and dripping to the floor.
And now our gear?
It's over there. I will leave so you can all get dressed. There's a dwarven elevator just around the corner. You can take that back up to the city.
Where will this being be?
It's in the city. It has made its presence well known. I'm sure you can find it.
Can you release my companions with a little less force than you released me?
You can do that. The cage around your rat friend should dissipate in another 20 minutes.
Alright, so I go from one table to the next and release you all of your bonds.
As you stand up, the dwarf quickly exits, followed by his golems.
So I release you all of your bonds, and once you're all released, I go and begin sorting through gear and grabbing my shit.
I'll reclaim my stuff as well.
You note that Trevok is already holding his Morning Star when you go to release him.
Yep. I believe you sent me that. Yep. Did.
Yeah, well, everybody's now aware of that. After about 20 minutes, I don't know if you want to do anything. Anybody wants to do anything prior to 20 minutes?
I'm basically gathering my gear, putting it all on, helping those that need help putting their gear on, and then I'm going to begin praying to Maliki.
I'm going to say, as soon as you spoke, I regretted not. Even though the half-wit druid spoke, doesn't mean he wasn't correct.
I'm going to chitter angrily at the half-wit druid comment.
They can't hear you. You chitter angrily within your force cage.
Oh.
You can all see that the rat is very agitated in the cage.
Despite all his rage, he's still just a rat in a cage.
You got it.
Oh, I am not happy.
That comment was great. What do you mean?
I just sent my friend to inevitable death. I chose this form. Halo gave me a chance, and now...
Taylor gave you a chance and you took it. Maliki is now giving me a chance. I am taking it.
He did say the spell would work better with someone from is bound to this plane.
That's my point. I chose this form. Should have
Well,
been
you
me.
were half demon before, right? So you still weren't completely bound to this plane.
I will put a comforting hand on Baracus' shoulder. I've chosen this. Don't be mad.
How do you feel?
A little different. But still the same.
My demon blood never really clicked. This is the only plane I've ever known.
I know, and we accept you.
Now he's friendly.
The energy cage about Belmore suddenly drops.
I revert my form. Shoot a dirty look at Erfer, gather my things, and walk alongside Badger.
You're lucky I don't know that you tried to fucking cut out my tongue.
Is he the lucky one in all this? Is he the lucky one, Dave?
Dave can pack a punch.
I mean,
Alright. I say very clearly to Belmar, in common, your feelings may have been hurt, but today we need to fight as one. So bury whatever animosity you two have, and I snap a look to Erfer. Because we'll need it all.
So what do we do now?
Find the demon. Not hard to miss from what I was told. I cannot fucking believe how shit my fucking team has been. Randall Cobb, do something with your fucking life. I have like 40-something points on my bench. You all laughed at my Jacksonville. Everyone made fun of me because I drafted Jacksonville's defense so early. Yet they're my number 2 producer on my team.
My defense is my number 1 right now. Steve is beating the hell out of me.
Yeah, 20 from Russell, 20 from Ajay. Yeah, drafted Chris Hogan. He always does really well. Yeah, 1 reception. Travis Kelce does phenomenal. 1 reception.
There it is.
Wait a minute. Did Pitt and Cleveland end in a tie?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like someone should call Donovan McNabb.
I bet you somebody did.
It's okay. I still have... Who do I have going? I have Gurley and Cup going. Tomorrow night at 10 o'clock at fucking night.
I got Stafford going, but Steve still has Golden Tate, and I'm already down 30, so...
I think you're done.
Yeah.
I'm down 40. But I've got Gurley, Cobb, and Cup. And he's got Jimmy Graham. And he's done after that.
Oh. Scott is just taking multiple shits into Chris's open mouth.
Yeah. Alright, anyways. Let's go find this fucking demon. Everyone's all geared up. Oh my god, 164 points?
The greatest performance I have ever seen in my decade-long history of fantasy football.
20 from Cousins, 40 from Kamara, 20 from Lewis, 20 from Allen, 40 from Hill.
Scott blew the
And his
entire
bench went off. Ted Ginn Jr., 18. Oh my God.
Scott blew his entire load in the first game.
Yep. Yeah, how'd that Chargers defense do for you?
Not so great. Hey, they had the least points allowed last season, and I think one of their big linebackers was out this week, which probably wouldn't accommodate for the -5, but
160. Holy shit. All right. Anyways, let's
All right,
Demon.
so you
Let's
collected
work this.
your gear and you're in the lab still.
Badger,
taking the elevator up.
Badger, can you bolster my fortitude? I feel a little low still.
Since we're playing friendly.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn and look at Erfer kind of dumbfounded. And then rate cock an eyebrow and look at Badger to see his response.
Are we not all on the same team?
No, we are all on the same team. You just need to give me a second.
No, I was talking about. Sorry, that was towards Belmar.
The Constitution, that was from when you stabbed yourself with the horn, right? Or was that something else?
No,
Yeah,
that.
but-
Yeah, that was that.
Isn't
That
that
was self-inflicted.
don't you need a greater restoration for that?
I don't think so.
Or you can just take 1 point back every long rest
Oh,
instead of hit points.
I didn't realize I could do that.
Instead of hit points, that's what you get.
Yeah.
You also said long rest, so take it a short.
Yeah, you haven't taken a long, so you haven't lost out.
I thought you needed a greater resto for that. Because greater resto for druids is not available until level 5, 5th level spell, and I don't have any 5th level spells.
Okay.
If it's lesser resto, I have that. But I believe when we had the conversation, you needed greater restoration.
Well, greater
Yeah,
definitely
you're-
specifically says it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so no, I can't.
Did you say that in character as a response?
I will say in character, I don't have the ability to. Not what
All right.
afflicts you.
I guess I will have to slowly heal then.
With the
I will turn to Baracus. I mean, fucking Belmar. Do you have the spell we need?
Not prepared at the moment. So it's 5th, right?
Yeah, it's a 5th level spell.
Yeah, I literally don't have that prepared. I have Maelstrom and Wrath of Nature.
And we need a long rest.
Yeah.
So he'd be able to get one on back on a long rest anyway, and just be down 1 point.
Or well, it actually does take 100 golds worth of dust, so we'll just wait 2 long rests. Is that?
I'm not waiting too long rest to go fucking kill a demon.
You know what? We only need 1 long rest. Then I get my Constitution point back. Then I get my modifier back to 0.
In response to Badger, I shake my head. I don't have it ready. With a sneer, I look to Erfer. Looks like you have to learn to clean up your own mistakes.
How long's a long rest?
8 hours.
we're
Yeah, I'm
gonna
not-
have to do that regardless because I have no spells and I'm gonna be useless.
Oh. Well, you're lucky then. Then I will say that.
Do we want to make some headway first? I can cast fly a couple times.
Nope.
All right. With a clinking and a clanking, you ride up the dwarven crafted elevator, and you are surprised to see as a large, like, iron or steel grate opens up above you, revealing a glistening dark sky. You can see no stars, sun, or moon visible. Instead, flickering candlelight from some of the nearby buildings seem to cast the only light on the cobblestone street around you, as you find yourself back within the iron steps. The large abandoned church stands to your north.
You think a mom's still standing?
I think he's our best bet to get a safe rest around here.
Wasn't the mom doing something for us? Researching something, or... I think last time we came, we gave him something. And they'd come back in a few days.
You gave him stuff so that if you ever died, he could resurrect you easier.
Oh, that was a long time ago. Oh, that's right. He was analyzing my plant form to see what he could do. So, never mind.
If we're going to a mom's, we should make haste.
Hey, to moms.
The darkness worries me.
That's what I mean.
Well, hold out your weapon.
I hold out Morning Star.
Hey, I'm gonna put daylight on it.
Did we get the rest, or was that just something we were discussing?
A bit of light bursts out from the Morning Star. However, its effects seem to be much dampened from what you'd otherwise expect, casting only about a torch's worth of light about you.
Stay within the light.
I say aloud. You're just full of surprises, aren't you?
New form does have some advantages.
Oh, actually, I was talking about Morningstar here.
Oh.
You too, but also. Yeah, he says you tickled.
Everybody give me a
Wait.
perception.
Wait, that thing's sentient?
Yes.
Nobody's confronted about it.
I've been talking to my mace for a while. Or Morningstar.
Thought it was just a verbal somatic.
You also saw it move independently of me holding it last session.
It's true too.
Oh, that's very true.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's sentient.
This was...
It wouldn't necessarily be an assumption based off of that.
Right. You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
Right.
Christ, with all the fucking 20s tonight. You guys weight your dice?
I got a
Dave's the only one I never suspected that.
I got a +8. I rolled a 12.
That hurts my feelings.
I rolled a 2 like 3 times tonight already.
I just know Dave weights his die in the wrong direction. That's what I know. Alright, Belmar, Trevok, and Badger. Well, you all get the sensation of eyes upon you as you stand in this opening before the church. Belmar, you specifically catch sight of a pair of almost glowing red eyes staring at you from a nearby alley.
Without directly looking at the alley, I gesture to it. We're being watched.
Aye, let's move.
Right,
Stay within the light.
Stay in the light. Stay in the light.
You want to tell everyone?
I got Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Where the fuck's her lasso?
Bedtime, man. You don't let kids sleep with rope.
Now look, you made her cry, Chris.
She didn't hear shit.
It's because she's upset she was told that she could watch cartoons while she went to bed.
How dare you let me watch TV while I go to bed?
She wants to watch YouTube videos instead. Apparently that was the...
Wow. Kids today.
Do not let her watch Ryan Opens Toys, or whatever it's called. Or Ryan Plays with Toys. I don't know. Apparently it's like kid crack.
Oh my god, the amount of money that kid makes.
Yeah, she's, I don't like YouTube and whatnot, so it's pretty police when she does watch it.
Fair.
She basically watches Baby Shark forever.
You poor, poor man.
When Sedwarden shared that thing the other day, it was like, Baby Sharks hit the clubs. I was like, this is my fucking nightmare.
Alright, so where are we heading?
Good night!
Imam's magic shop.
Alright, everybody give me a perception check as you move. And what is your movement order?
I'm at the lead with the daylight on Morningstar, I believe.
I will be on his left flank.
I'll be on his right flank.
Like within touching distance, you two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to hold Morningstar as if to make daylight as effective as I can. I don't know if that's like like a torch, like Statue of Liberty or what.
Your Statue of Liberty in it.
Alright.
I am simply following and praying.
And I guess I'll take up the lead so I stay in the light.
The lead or the rear?
Well, Badger said he's going in the rear, so I'll go lead. I guess that's the only place with room. We all have to cast around him.
Alright, so you're going in front of him. Okay. And everybody's perception checks were, what, 18, 27, 21, 13? Mm-hmm. And I'm missing one then? Chris? There we go.
Aaron Rodgers to Jimmy Graham.
Come on, you knew that was going to be a hell of a connection.
Yeah, throw it to fucking Cobb. Nobody cares about Graham. Graham's on the other guy's team.
Before you've gone 30 feet, you, Belmar, you spot what appears to be a long tripwire spread across the street.
I quickly hold up my arm and say, hold. And I bend down to examine the tripwire, its origins.
Looks like thin steel wire.
Well, I mean, where it's going. What is
Seems
type
to be attached to either building on either side.
Okay. I don't see any devices or anything.
Not that you can see.
All right.
Without going closer.
I turn around to the group. Traps. Step carefully.
I will step carefully.
Concurred.
Yep.
Alright, as you each step carefully over the tripwire, careful not to trigger it, you hear the pounding of feet coming from up ahead. Sounds like bare feet on stone. Any reaction?
I slip into the nearest alley.
Okay.
I
Disappear
stay,
from the
alongside,
light into the darkness. You what?
I stay alongside Badger.
You're staying with Badger.
Yeah, when I see him moving, I follow.
Alright, so two of you slip into the darkness of the alley.
I'm gonna follow the light.
I'm not gonna be very good at hiding with a source of daylight on me, so.
Well, you can like put it, like wrap a thing around it or something to block it.
Yeah, I still got the desert cloth. I guess I'll wrap some of that around it.
Okay. You quickly give me a quick dex check.
16.
Alright, you definitely wrap the cloth around it, dampening the light until it gives only a candle's worth of light, illuminating the area within 5 feet of you.
Yes, I did just a non-verbal morning star.
Okay. Alright, so I've still got 3 of you in the street. Are you staying there? I need quick answer here, because you're running out of time.
I was muted. Still think we should stay in the light under my breath and just follow Badger.
Right, 3 of you in the alley.
I'll move towards the alley as well.
Yeah, I'll also go.
Alright, so everybody ducks into the alley. Alright, as you peer around the alley, you see what looks to be a young female come running up, her clothes mostly hanging off her in rags, her breath coming out in pants and sobs. Her eyes look quite wild and distraught. Help! Help! She almost shouts, however, she seems so out of breath that it comes out more as a quick pant as you see her approaching where the steel tripwire was.
I'm gonna jump out and say, "Stop! There's a trap!"
She pulls up short, looking at you with wide eyes. Oh! Oh! Can you help? She stumbles slowly towards you. Her hands slowly reaching out for you.
I'm gonna step aside and say, "What's the matter?"
They're coming! They're coming! And can you help? She steps closer to you.
I'm going to say, "The tripwire is there. Keep running. We'll defend them, or we'll defeat them." And I'll sidestep again.
She suddenly smiles rather toothily, revealing a set of fangs as her eyes start to glow red. Oh, but you can help another way! And she attacks. What's your AC?
15, I believe.
Alright, you manage to nimbly dodge both of her now clawed hands as she lashes out at you. Please, everybody roll initiative.
Are we fighting motherfucking undead? Because this is my wheelhouse.
No, they're demons.
Or they're demonic undead.
Oh, I thought I was muted. Didn't mean to burp. Sorry, guys.
Alright, Badger, initiative.
11.
Baracus.
12.
Belmar.
10.
Erfer.
23.
Trevok.
13.
Look at you, Dave, going against the curve. All right. Erfer, you were the first to act.
Hmm. I guess I'll just Eldritch Blast him. Her.
It's a pretty timely scream.
Yeah.
22.
22 connects.
And nat 20 with 24.
24 hits.
So the first one is 5 damage. And the second one is 19 damage. I rolled 2 1s for damage.
Good job. And the creature hisses before you as your blast strike home. Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna say, how beast you'll pay for revealing yourself.
About 30 feet up the street, a lumbering figure appears in what appears to be guard's leather armor, a great sword in its hands. The half-orc figure points its blade and gives a wordless shout. You're not sure whether it's pointing at you or the creature before you. That brings us to its turn. The wounds you just inflicted, you watch in horror as you see some of the injury reform itself, healing the creature. Cackles gleefully as its fangs seem to drip, as it lashes out once again with its claws.
Wait, because of my attacks or from my attacks?
The injuries from your attack seem to heal.
Okay.
One claw connects, dealing 10 points of slashing damage. And then it attempts to latch onto you with its bite, with its fangs, connecting.
When I get the first damage, I'm gonna use my Misty Escape.
Okay.
And teleport away.
How far away?
Just behind the group and go invisible.
Okay. You vanish as its fangs close over the air where you'd originally last been standing. Creature hisses in disappointment. Its glowing eyes look up and lock onto the remainder of the group. That brings us to Trevok.
Can I get a refresher? Can I get a refresher? Dialogue when it's not my turn? Am I allowed to say anything?
Are you allowed? Yeah, you can say stuff when it's not your turn.
Okay. A light! Unleash it!
Yep. step 1 is removing the desert cloth.
Give me a dex check.
13.
Alright, it snags in part, but you manage to get most of the cloth off.
Is there any reaction at it being unwrapped?
The light casts forward, and you can instantly see the creature seems to recoil somewhat.
Alright,
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get this working. I'm going to try to give an Excel screen share a shot again. It might not work, like it didn't work before, but
right.
you never know. Maybe they fixed it.
For whatever weird problem it was.
Yeah. Oh, no. Nope, 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 nope. And Firefox won't let me select the window. Never mind.
Playing in the mind.
Yep. Firefox only lets me share the entire screen or none of the screen. So actually, whoop. Let's try it again. I should be able to just share the whole screen. It shouldn't matter. If you can see this, yes?
Yes.
Can you see changes?
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna run with this for a bit then.
Okay.
Alright. So, street, building, building.
Right, alley.
Yeah, you're in an alley right now. And tripwire.
Okay. So you said it snagged, but I got the cloth off?
It did, yep.
Okay.
So right now you are casting light everywhere.
Okay.
There we go. Then, yeah, okay. So you whip it off. You hear muttered confusion in your head.
So what was the point in the first place?
Oh, hush you, it might not have been one of them. And I will move up so that someone else can move out of the alley. I will go to F21, I think it is. Like one space left.
Yep, you can do that. Alright. Create light. Encompassing the being and glowing the street around you. Anything else?
No, I don't know what else is going to happen, so I'll wait on what else I can possibly do.
Alright. Baracus, you're next.
Spell attack roll of a lot, 26.
That hits. What are you casting?
Firebolt.
Fireball!
Bolt.
I said bolt.
Oh, I heard fireball.
I said fireball. Make it fit the,
12 damage.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Fuck, I'm really bad at melee stuff. Am I able to, like, grab Erfer and drag him into the light?
You can attempt to grapple Erfer, and you can attempt to pull him.
I don't want to grapple him, but...
I mean, you can try, yeah. You can make a grapple check against him if you want.
I'm going to attempt to pull Erfer into the light.
Make a strength check, Erfer, and make opposed strength and or dex. Your choice.
I'm willing.
16.
Alright, you pull Erfer into your square. Dave's like, yes, please.
Whatever you do, stay in the light.
Don't go into the light. It's not safe in there.
And I'm done.
Alright. Badger, what you got?
I mean, I got a lot of things. Alright, so... I'm just gonna pull out my war pick of the lion and swing low.
Alright.
Are they undead or fiend?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so first attack is a 25.
Okay.
Is that a hit?
25 is a hit.
Second attack, or with the same piece, on the swing is a 19.
19 hits.
Alright. So 13 from the hammer end.
Okay.
10 from the pick end.
The creature hisses at you as the blows strike home.
Had it already been hit before I attacked it?
Yeah.
Another 4 damage. And then I will disengage.
Okay.
And I can't move.
You can do disengage as a... You have a feat that allows that?
Oh, no, I don't. So I could... Has VS taken its attack of opportunity?
Not that you've seen.
So as long as I don't move out of its threat range, correct?
Correct.
Alright, so I'll move behind it.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Alright. Belmar, you're up.
All right. That dotted line, is that the wire?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with a sneer on my face, your mere presence is an insult to Sylvanas. Be gone with you. And I'll cast Produce Flame and throw it at it.
Produce flame. Produce flame. One action. Create 10-foot sphere of light. Right. You attack with the flame, and then the spell, make your attack action.
Lawrence, I'm sorry. Did you move your mic?
I moved away. I was looking away. I was reading the spell. Make your attack action.
Alright,
I had to bend over to go read one of the books. Because Mike doesn't know what his spells do, so I have to look them up.
I know what my spells do.
Yeah, that's why I call you on feature of them every time.
You don't call me on features every time.
Good 75% of the time.
Does I believe that's a 20, not natural. Does that hit?
The 20 hits.
All right. It's going to be 11 damage.
The creature hisses in pain, clearly shocked at the intensity of the attacks you've made. Anything else?
I'm done. Nope, that's it.
Okay. You suddenly hear a hissing cackle behind you. And I need Rarakis, please give me a Constitution saving throw.
It's 22.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go make a coffee. Two seconds.
Am I-
Back as well.
Was I muted?
No, I heard you.
No, I heard you.
Okay.
I just got to roll damage. That's 10. Where's my D8? Pulling out every dice but a D8. There it is. Whoever just messaged me, I can't look at it without sharing everything, so why don't you just say it?
I was asking Morningstar, thinking a mid light like this as well, would it be stronger or double up?
Same effect. No change. Arrakis, you suddenly feel the moisture and life energy of your body being seeped away. You seem to fight off the majority of the effect, however you still take 24 points of damage.
Good lord.
Wow.
As a pale, hissing, cackling creature casts some kind of spell at you, draining you of your life force. And then dashes forward. Suddenly, very fast, standing right up next to you, but you and Erfer both, and lashes out. Erfer, AC?
Invisible.
No, you lost that when you willingly accept being pulled.
I didn't attack or cast a spell.
Then you are back here, and Baracus couldn't pull you. So you accepted the grapple, meaning you had to let Baracus know where you were, so you got pulled.
Alright, fine.
And the grapple makes you visible. So AC.
15.
You are hit twice and bitten once. Go fuck yourself.
You take 6 points of damage as one of his claws rakes into you. Baracus, AC?
I'm gonna Misty Step while it's charging.
Okay.
Well,
You see it coming and you jump out of there.
I'm gonna move behind Trevok.
In that case, Erfer, you take the second attack.
Sorry, can I skirt the corner?
You
Go like literally down behind. Yeah, there.
All right. I'll allow it. Erfer, you take an additional 11 points of damage.
I'd say that 6 wasn't bad, but isn't your max health like 44?
Yeah.
So, Dave's pretty hurt right now. Right. 17. Whoop, wrong one. So
That's an old map.
I got all the old maps.
I know you do. I kind of love it.
Yeah, so Erfer's looking better. Could have seen better days. And Brash has already taken some damage. 24. Yeah. Okay. Alright, that brings us to the top of the order. Erfer, you're up.
So what's in front of me?
Okay.
So it look like
What looks to be a large, full-blooded vampire with some crackling dark energy coursing beneath its pale skin.
motherfucker.
Count Chocula.
Because that won't vanish.
The funny part is there's a real easy solution that would frustrate the hell out of me and the monsters. Sorry to taunt you with that. I won't do it again.
There's an easy solution that would frustrate the hell out of you and the monsters.
Mm-hmm. I shouldn't say stuff like that, though. It's not nice. So I'll stop.
I would say the easy solution is to stay close to the light.
Well, that doesn't hurt. That hurts too, yes. That wasn't what I was thinking, but yes, that does hurt.
I'm going to... I could cast Fly.
Can't vampires fly?
Don't they have to turn into bats to fly? Or is that mixing?
I think we're mixing cannons here.
Yeah.
I'm unsure.
Speaking of mixing cannons, I just looked at my inventory and I'm like, oh yeah, I still have holy water.
You guys have a lot of random equipment.
Still not my turn?
It's
No.
Erfer's turn.
I'm being indecisive like always.
Badger, can vampires fly in humanoid form? You would advantage in knowledge, so I'm assuming.
I would have advantage in knowledge. Seeing as they're undead. Can I make that check right now?
Sure. You won't be able to give a response before Erfer tells me what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Fly on.
Mostly because I was waiting for so long for Dave to do something.
On 3 of us, I think.
Touch range. You have to touch willing creatures.
So, you and Belmar.
You think he's gonna help Belmar?
No, I don't.
Fuck. Yeah, you're right. So I'd have to disengage.
which would be an action.
I feel like disengage should be your movement or your action.
Well, disengage is your action so that you can move.
Yeah, I'll disengage and then move to the left of Trevok. Say, I can cast Fly on us to get us out of here. Actually, does VS have wings?
Not that you can see.
What about W?
W looks like a half-orc guard.
Alright, well, that's my turn.
Alright, at the end of your turn, the vampire lashes out at Belmar. Belmar, AC?
17.
Connecting with one, missing with the other claw, dealing 11 points of damage.
Aren't I like 10 feet away from that thing?
No, you're like right next to that thing.
Yeah,
That
but
thing
lots
just
of
ate his
things.
attack.
Legendary actions, buddy.
Oh shit, son!
Yeah, I'm like 10 feet away from that thing.
You are like 5 feet away from that thing.
Oh, that vampire. I'm sorry. I thought it was VS. My mistake.
No.
I give you a visual and you don't even look at it. Yeah, that's right. I just put you on camera. Twice. You're on camera and camera. Boom! Look at Mike, everybody. Alright, so that's the end of Erfer's turn.
I'm sorry. How much damage did I get?
11.
Okay.
The orc gives a shout. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Running up to the edge of the light. Gives another wordless shout and points its greatsword somewhere between Badger and the creature between him and Trevok. You hear one word mixed into his wordless bellow. Death! And then that brings us to its turn. Right? Yes. And the creature seems to instantly burn somewhat under the light. Gives a cackling hiss as its flesh seems to sear under the light of the morning star. And instantly goes for the wielder of said light, seeing no other retreat. Trevok, AC.
18.
Connecting for a critical.
Fuck you.
It's alright. It's only 6 points of damage. Oh, sorry, that's normal. Doubled is 14 points of damage. You got the hit points to spare.
No, I just feel like every combat we've gotten in, you've crit me one time. It's just like, what's your AC? 18. Like, all right, well, crit.
And
Fuck.
it misses the second slash with its claws. Seems to look for a place to go. Looking about, almost a desperate look in its eye. And it clings to the corner of the wall, the building, attempting to escape. Trevok, you get an attack of opportunity. Or a reaction.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna swing.
Do I not get one as well?
Nope, it's still within your threat range.
What about me?
Yeah, technically you get one too, Erfer.
Attack is a 22.
22 hits.
Are you rolling the extra, or am I?
You are.
Okay.
I can't use a spell with my reaction, right?
Unless it says reaction,
Or you have Quicken Spell.
which only sorcerers have.
Can you not take that as a feat, as another casting one? If
You
you,
can.
yeah.
Lawrence, 18 damage, 7 of it radiant.
The creature jumps to the wall, clinging in fear and desperation as its entire body bursts into flames and it collapses to the ground.
Excellent. I wasn't needed anyway.
I mean, Dave, you're a good dude, but I don't think you're ever needed.
Ouch.
Oh,
It's his birthday, man. Come on. That's messed up.
Every group needs bait.
that hurt.
That was brutal. Ouch. All right, then. Yeesh. Trevok, you're up.
All right.
I'm feeling that burn.
I don't know what the half orc is, so I'm gonna move towards the vampire next to Belmar.
You're moving here?
Yes.
Alright.
You also erased Erfer.
Good.
I'm not erased, guys. I'm just not visible.
Now you're little E.
Big E, little E. What begins with E?
Oh Jesus. That book.
Melissa was actually reading that to Riley earlier today.
Back when I was a little lowercase e.
You were heading to the coconut tree.
That's one of I really enjoy the book, but also it's got one of the things that I fucking hate in children's books, where you'll get into a pace and you have a rhythm as you're reading it, and then you get to one of the fucking letters and it's like, nope, breakneck, whiplash.
Have you read the legendary Battle of Rocks, Paper, Scissors?
No, I don't believe so.
You should buy that book.
I'll
buy that book for you.
What you both should buy for your kids coming out mid-October are the ABCs of D&D and the 1, 2, 3s of D&D.
You act
That's
like I
awesome.
don't have at least one.
I'm
of those.
buying them for my niece and nephew. I recommend them for you guys as well. Find them on Amazon. I think they come out October 25th.
Yep.
I think it might be called The Legacy of Rocks, Paper, Scissors. So good. Also, the crayons. The Day the Crayons Quit. And the Big Book of Crayons.
Yep.
Riley's a big fan. This is my life now.
If your life is kids' books, you could be doing worse. I also kind of want to check out one of the guys from Penny Arcade just released a kids' book of like fantasy poetry called Lexcalibur. I'm going to attack the vampire.
Where you going?
Okay. You attack.
First strike and
Come back here.
because I got to do math because of all the fucking like bonuses. Because now they actually count. Alright, so... Uh, 24 and 19.
Both hit.
Alright, first hit's gonna be 25 damage, 8 radiant.
25, 8.
Yep.
That's 25 and 8 or
25 total, 8 radiant.
Gotcha.
Second's 26. 20 and 6, not... Sorry.
Gotcha. As both strikes land, black spikes of some kind of necrotic energy lash out and strike you for 15 points.
The fuck sort of bullshit?
I have resistance to necrotic damage.
So you take half of that. So I said it was 15, so you take 7 instead.
Thanks, Paylor.
Anything else?
I will action surge and do it again.
Okay.
$18 and more. 24.
The 24 hits.
Uh, 21.5.
So 21 total, or 21 and 5?
21 total, 5 radiant.
Alright, and you take 5 points, or 2 points of damage as a necrotic burst blasts out from its flesh once again.
Okay.
And is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
And he lashes out with a claw, connecting for 8 points of damage. Alright. Baracus, you're up.
Investigation or perception. See if I can distinguish what W is.
Perception.
With my gut feeling being that orc that was in the inn that was healing people a few sessions back. That is a 20.
You do recognize him, though his features seem quite a bit paler and drawn, almost as if he's been malnourished.
I'm gonna take. Ooh. Fuck, my eyeballs are floating. I need to take a piss. And. Alright. Am I able to toss a ration towards W, take a 5-foot step, and cast a cantrip on V?
You could cast or toss. Tossing would be pulling it out and throwing it towards him, so that would be an action.
He said death in the direction of possibly the vampire you could try to communicate.
Nah, I'm just gonna move behind Trevok and spell sniper.
The movement of staying in the light.
19.
19 hits.
It's actually gonna be a frostbolt to limit his or her movement for 11 damage. Ten feet reduced movement. And that's it. And I'm gonna go tinkle.
And he lashes out at Trevok once again. Connecting for 7 more damage.
Clarify, Brian, you have me down 38, right?
I have you down 38. Yes.
Okay.
All right. That brings us to Badger. Badger.
You're muted, Ryan.
Damn it. W is what? The orc?
A half-orc warrior.
And little E is...
Erfer.
Okay.
He's just a little E.
You're the greatest, Mini E.
Alright, I'm going to step next to Baracus.
Baracus.
And I'm going to fire on V.
Oops. Made you go on top of Baracus. Okay. Firing on V.
What is his cover?
If you don't have any ability, he's got at least half cover from the two bodies blocking you.
I do have. I ignore half and 3/4 cover.
So you ignore that.
Okay. So knocking an arrow to my short bow. Let's do this shit. Potential crit.
Okay.
And does a... Does an 18 hit?
18 does not.
Really? Okay. Alright, so I did not crit, but I rolled damage as normal. Fuck. So 9 damage plus another 5 damage. So 14. And 7 is what? 21?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 10. So 31 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright. He instantly, in an instant, dashes backwards.
And gets attack of opportunities.
Nope. No attack of opportunity. Alright, and so that brings us to Belmar.
Alright, I'd like to move towards it, like 5 feet.
But for Belmar.
His.
Okay.
And I will throw a vial of holy water at it.
Alright, make a ranged attack roll.
Does a 16 hit?
Nope. It shatters to the side. Please roll 1d8 divided by 2.
One.
Alright. You miss him with the flask. However, the splash effect does land some water on him, causing parts of his leg to sizzle under the effect.
Did his dash backwards
And I'm done.
get affected in any way by...
Alright.
Did the vampire's dash backwards get affected in any way by being ray of frosted?
Yeah, that's why he only moved 20.
Okay.
Right, he was there, 5, 10, 15. Oh, he's supposed to go further, whatever. He only moved 10. Otherwise, yes. It was intended to, and I just moved him less than even should have been. It's alright.
What I should have said was nothing. Gotcha.
You hear from the vampire.
You win this round, blood bags.
As he starts muttering a word to a spell. No
I'll counter spell.
That's what are your counter spelling?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was waiting for, as I figured somebody was going to.
I do not currently possess the ability, so right on you, Dave.
Alright, so use the spell slot. I waited specifically to allow for it. Hope you appreciate that, Chris.
I really had to take a piss and I just sat down, but
Yeah. I gave a long pause waiting for you.
I do appreciate that vastly. Thank you, sir.
I said he's casting a spell. Anyway.
And then I waited.
Yeah, you waited for some reason long too, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Growling in frustration. Which one do I want? Growling in frustration, transforms into a bat and flies up to the top of the building. Nearly out of sight for everybody.
Aha! They can fly in bat form.
I'd say he got away, but the reduced movement, he can only go so far. Erfer, you're up.
Can I see him? Still?
Not from your angle, no.
If I go to I-21, can I see him?
Go to I-21. On the ground, no. You'd have even harder time seeing him there.
Is there any spot within the light that I can still see him?
He's on top of the building, so no.
Okay. I mean, it's only one vampire, but do I want to cast Fly and we chase after him?
I mean, our directive is clear. This is just a dude in our way. Probably get to the safe spot, heal up, and accomplish our objective.
Okay, so I will move to H20. Touch, Trevok, Badger, and Baracus. And myself.
That's not 3.
Yeah, I'm double checking. Yeah, so does 3. Okay, so myself, Trevok, and Baracus. Actually, Badger, can you turn into a... You can fly, right? You've done it before? Yeah. So Baracus, Trevok, and myself. Cast Fly.
1 second. Okay. Yeah. So you Baracus, and Trevok?
Yep.
And you cast Fly. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll fly up 10 feet.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright. The warrior behind you grunts, takes 2 steps forward, lower down. As he does so, Baracus and Badger, you catch a glimpse as his features seem to distort, darkening and growing a bit thorny. You can see flecks of red as he uses one arm, slashes it forward, and a mock imitation of a thorn whip almost lashes out, connecting. Yes, connecting with. Wait, Badger, what's your AC? Make sure.
20.
20. Oh, yeah, I have a 17. Okay.
Nope.
Alright, so not connecting. Alright, missing you. The creature grunts and then steps into the light, hefting its great sword, grunting in brutalized common. Time to die. As he seems to grow larger with pulsing increments. That brings us to Trevok's turn.
Yeah, I'll go to F21 and attack.
Okay.
Uh, 20 not natural.
That hits.
And 23.
That hits as well.
Bonus damage on this.
What do you get bonus damage on again?
Infernal and Abyssal.
Yep.
Twenty-two, 8 radiant.
8 radiant, so. Alright, the radiant seems to deal extra damage. And you hear a shout of glee within your head.
Ah, there we go. Finally something for you to eat.
Indeed! Anything else?
Nope.
Alright. Baracus.
Disengage in my turn towards Belmar.
You disengage and move where?
Towards Belmar and in my turn.
I heard disengage and my turn, Belmar.
You moved Badger, not Baracus.
Oh, you're right. My bad. It's your problem. It's the guy's fault for being all these bees.
And I'm actually going to raise myself my remaining 25 feet into the air. Or actually within the light. How far does the light go up?
Within 20 feet of Trayvon. So, actually, it's within 10 feet, actually. Sorry, what I've been doing. So, actually moving there puts you outside of the light.
Wow, that completely changes everything.
I just forgot to adjust for after his movement.
Fly gives you 60 feet, by the way.
Yeah, but I want to remain within the light.
Okay. Hear ya.
Alright, I guess 8 feet in the air will move me 1 to the left within the light, and then 8 feet in the air, I believe C squared will be 10.
8 feet in the air, C, what?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I don't know.
Stop it! This is not a math game.
Alright, then 10 feet in the air if you'll allow it.
Yeah. That's
Alright.
fine. I only do that as a joke when I make Dave calculate stuff. Mostly because Dave can do that quickly, or I'd expect him to. Yeah, I agree. It is laughable. Sorry, Dave, but you asked for it. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
Alright. Badger.
Alright, so DW is the warrior.
Appears to be a now demonically formed half-orc.
I want to make a knowledge, undead or fiend.
What are you trying to figure out, and what's your roll?
I want to know if he's undead or fiend.
Okay.
If he's my favorite enemy.
What's your roll?
That would be wisdom.
Yep.
So 21. Because I have advantage.
He is definitely of demonic origin.
Alright, so I'm gonna throw to take my full action.
Okay.
So first attack is a oh, I get advantage on those. So 17. Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
What do you want for work tomorrow?
Alright.
Chili, mac and cheese.
So damage is 12 damage. Oh, I'm sorry, no, 12. 25. First attack.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It's higher than my first roll. Oh, I couldn't have rolled any worse. 19 damage on the second arrow.
Wait, you're firing your arrow into melee? Oh yeah, you don't
Yeah.
get penalties for that.
No, I don't.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn.
Alright, the creature's definitely seen better days and seems quite a bit shocked at the amount of damage that's been poured into it already. As you can see what appears to be a black goop oozing from its wounds. Belmar, you're up.
All right, I would like to move to E20, right next to DW.
Okay.
You said it's looking worse for wear.
Yep.
Could I make a melee hit with a vial of holy water?
Nope, it's always arranged.
All right.
I'm all set, honey.
So if
Thank
you're
you.
trying for that, it's disadvantage.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to cast Moonbeam.
See, I have some.
Moonbeam!
That's page 263. Actually,
The night.
no, I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong page number, didn't I? 261.
I got it.
I'm casting it on F19.
Okay.
And I'm done.
You're gonna roll damage? Or I get a con save and then you roll damage.
I thought it was just when they start their turn.
Start their turn or enters for the first time. It's entered for the
Alright.
first time by default here.
Okay, so yeah, I'll roll damage.
Roll damage and then half it.
17.
And then half it would
Oh.
be 9.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else?
Nope, I'm done.
Moonbeam. Alright. Delmar. You hear an evil cackle echoing through the night around you. And then it's Erfer's turn.
I'm going to use an action to regain a spell slot.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay, and you flip there. And the figure gives a bellow and slams its greatsword into the ground. Dexterity saving throw from Badger, Belmar, and Traylock.
$18.
Got an 18, Badger, Belmar.
23.
25.
Alright. So, all of you will take half damage as black tendrils blast out from the earth beneath your feet. Their spiky ends lashing out, attempting to grip and pull you down. While you dodge the grapple and you manage to avoid the worst of the attack, you still each take 24 points of slashing and necrotic. If you have necrotic, you take half of that again. 6.
So half of 24, is that what you said?
If you have necrotic resistance. 24 is half. So if you have necrotic resistance, you'll take half of that again. So Adam has necrotic resistance. So he only takes 12.
Jesus Christ.
Belmar, please roll damage for your moonbeam again.
Was it 25? 24?
24. And then roll a concentration check to maintain it.
11 damage.
And your concentration check?
Concentration check is 16.
You lose the spell. You're unable to maintain the concentration as the dark tendrils whip about. You can see that the creature seems to heal from some of the damage dealt to all of you, as it gives a guttural roar, hefting its greatsword. Seems to take a deep breath and gain a second wind, and lashes out with its greatsword at Belmar.
Belmar, what's your health at?
56.
AC,
17.
dealing 12 points of normal and 6 points of necrotic. You got that, Mike?
Yep, I'm at 38.
All right. That brings us to Trevok.
We only have one enemy left, correct?
That you can see, yes.
Adam, you are muted. You're still muted.
No,
No, you aren't.
I wasn't saying anything. So probably a bit late in combat for this, but this city's been under siege for a while, and that tripwire certainly wasn't meant for the living. So I'm inclined to trip the wire.
Or, we could just run past it and let him trip the wire. Obviously undead, it can't be that smart.
It's not undead.
It's demonic.
Eh,
Blah blah blah.
potato.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a big difference between demonic and undead.
It's a demonic orc.
I'm going to move to F24. We'll do F26. I think that's within range.
You're going to F26.
Yeah, I think I can move that far.
All right.
And I'm going to taunt the orc.
All right. Give me a persuasion. Or it's persuasion strength based, assuming you're trying to intimidate dog.
I do have intimidate, and I got a natural 20.
All right. You see his demonically black eyes fixate upon you.
Oi, fatty, let's go. And that will be my turn.
All right. That'll bring us to. Wait, did you disengage?
I didn't take an action, I moved, so disengage to move.
Yeah, there you go. Otherwise, I was going to hit you. Right, that brings us to Baracus.
Um, two, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna move whilst flying 10 feet in the air, completely avoiding that tripwire. I'm gonna move one tile south of Dravok.
Okay.
Disengaging as I pass through. Can I do that?
You're flying high enough. You got enough movement.
Okay.
Yeah, you're already 10 feet up, so you duck up a little higher and then you make it around, no problem.
Perfect. I'm done.
Alright.
Actually, I never disengaged. I can attack him. I'm gonna firebolt him.
Fireball!
That's definitely a hit. Base level 19 roll plus all my bonuses.
Yep.
7 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
Now I'm done.
Alright. Alright, that brings us to Badger.
I'm just firing in. First attack is a 21.
21 hits.
Second attack is 19.
19 hits.
Rolling damage. $41 damage.
Shite. The creature visibly sags under the blows as black goop drips from its wounds in mass quantities. You can see the creature sagging, clearly wounded and hurting. It lets out a low, pitiful moan. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Belma.
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage and go to E25.
In 25 feet of movement?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Alright. Brings us to Erfer.
You don't forget. Like
Yep.
a big boy.
Thank
I
you.
want to slap you.
That's for later.
I'm going to fly to E27.
Oh, sorry.
And then I will, I'll just blast. $28
28 hits.
and an 18.
Hits.
Uh, 10 and 14.
The creature sags and then drops to the ground, lying face down as black ooze seems to seep away from its body in torrents. Badger, everybody give me a perception check. Everybody but Badger at disadvantage.
$25.
23.
21.
Hell,
8.
disadvantage rules. Erfer?
7.
Alright, so Badger, Belmar, and Trayvon. You all hear the creature, with what you can only assume is its dying breath, mutter the words, "Thank you," as it lies face down in a puddle of black goop that, even as you watch, seems to seep into the cracks of the road around you.
tripwire, I will continue the path to Imam's.
Alright, that was easy. Bye, guys.
Are we gonna fly there? Was that your like thing that would screw up the whole?
No.
Well, anyway, let's just fly there since it's faster.
Concurred.
Okay. And I'm assuming the session is done.
Yeah, so you fly in mass, soaring above the city and avoiding whatever other traps or monsters may be out waiting for you. You find yourselves outside the Imam's shop. The glowing wards protecting it seem to still be in place. And session.
Everything's dead and or dying, and I'm like, oh hey, that tripwire.
I feel like the tripwire would have just like been an alarm, but I don't know.
Maybe, but what would have happened after?
More creatures would have come. I don't know.
That one lady didn't know about it. I feel like it might have been set up against them. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe the Nax did it.
That's why I made my statement. I don't think it was set for the living.
You
Yeah.
remembered the Nax. Aw.
Alright, before
I guess you guys all want experience now? Is that what you're waiting for?
Before I log, are you doing experience tonight or no?
Why wouldn't I give experience? I give experience
Actually,
all the time.
wasn't waiting for experience. I was just hanging out.
I know. You guys kill me. 1,000 XP. And Badger, as volunteering for sacrifice and going through with it, you get a bonus 300.
That's it.
Well, it's not gonna matter soon enough, sir.
Yeah, because I'll be dead.
You don't need it where you're going.
I was the first one that volunteered.
There's a DeLorean when we went.
So I said volunteering and going through with it.
Yeah.
I didn't get.
I was told I wasn't able. It's fine, whatever.
No, everybody was like, and I was like, nah, I can do this.
Once it was rolling, I didn't want to interrupt. I was contemplating telling the mace to break the tables and shit, but
I thought you were going to do something, yeah. Once you remembered you could summon it, I was like, uh-oh, he's going to cause problems.
well, that's the thing. I'm sitting there and I'm like, if I cause problems, is that just gonna Dave this or not? So I sat on it and just didn't do anything. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. I gotta bounce.